Nick Bennett fears he's about to have a lot more time on his hands.
I've loved working for Qantas. It's been the best 21 years of my life. I am sort of waiting around, turning up for work, and it's like waiting for the axe to fall. I know it's going to fall, but it's just a matter of when.
2/3 of his team, responsible for pushing back and positioning aircraft, were made redundant. He decided to stay on, but now his livelihood could be gone anyway.
It's an absolute huge mental strain on me and my fellow workers who are there now, and it's very sad.
Elif Celik has spent more than 7 years at Qantas, cleaning and preparing cabins between flights, but that could soon be over.
I've actually never thought that we would come to this stage very quickly and due to COVID.
The airline wants to outsource ground operations, including baggage handling and cabin cleaning, at 11 Australian airports where it's currently done in-house. Qantas says it could save $100 million a year and avoid $80 million in spending on equipment over the next 5 years. But that means up to 2,500 jobs would go, on top of the 6,000 redundancies announced in June.
Sack Alan Joyce! Sack Alan Joyce!
Just because Alan Joyce makes a pronouncement, it doesn't mean that it's what the Australian community should do.
Michael Caine says it's a decision taken under the cover of COVID.
Why has the decision been made now when JobKeeper's available? Why has the decision been made just after 6,000 redundancies were announced? Why has the decision been made when this work still needs to be done?
If it goes ahead, the work will be picked up by specialty ground services firms. The TWU has concerns about the conditions and insecure work at these providers. Under the Fair Work Act, there are some protections for workers who change from one company to another after outsourcing.
Suppose Company A wants to outsource some work to Company B. If Company B takes over the staff who used to do that work for Company A, then they also have to observe any terms and conditions which had been negotiated for Company A's workers.
But there's a time limit.
If there's longer than a 3-month gap, then there isn't a transfer of business, and the new employer is not obliged to observe the same terms and conditions.
Normally, the work never stops at the country's largest airports, but international travel is grounded and domestic schedules are dramatically reduced, as is the workload for ground workers. And that's created a chance for Qantas to outsource, without existing employees having to transfer within 3 months, and a new contractor having to pick up the same tab for workers' wages and conditions. Qantas says it's not using the pandemic shutdown as an opportunity to outsource, but it does admit there is now excess capacity within the companies this work could be outsourced to, saying the industry does not expect air travel to return to pre-COVID levels for another 3 or 4 years. Elif Celik is anxious about what her future holds.
Qantas is where I wanted to be, and when I joined in to stay.
Nick Bennett is worried about future generations.
If the company does this, other companies will follow suit, and we're sort of test dummies.
The unions have taken Qantas to the Fair Work Commission and say they will pursue other legal options. But for now, it's limbo.